It's time for us to talk nutrition. Now, today we're going to do a nutrition segment. We're going to be talking about foods that will help boost sperm count. Now, this segment is sponsored by Lily Rice. Lily Rice, tasty food, happy family. And Akosia Kunedu Yadom, who is a state-registered nutritionist, has joined us this morning. She's going to be helping us to understand the things that you need to avoid in terms of things we love to eat and all of that, but they're not good for the sperm count if you're thinking fertility and you're thinking having kids and all that. And then those which are important to have as well. Good morning, Akosia.
Good morning, Coach.
How are you?
I'm awesome. Yourself?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you. So, this conversation... so I know that, fertility is a big deal, particularly in our parts of the world, and a lot of the times women get blamed, if their children are not coming. But more and more, there's an appreciation of the fact that it's a two-way street. It could be either the man or the woman, or even a combination of the two, right? So we're looking at the men this morning and saying that the area of fertility that is important is sperms, and if you can have a lot of semen, but there's a problem with the sperms in the semen. Talk to us about the food that we need to eat to make sure that we have adequate number of sperms.
So to start with, I would say that dietary choices or eating healthy to start with is a sure way to make sure that your body feels healthy. Because if everything about me is healthy, it has effect on everything that you see or everything that comes out, including sperms, which also will need to come out. So I will start off by saying that zinc-rich foods are very good as far as increasing on the quality of sperms a man will have. Zinc-rich foods, example can be liver. And then we have lean meats. So we have zinc-rich foods. We have vitamin A-rich foods. We have vitamin C-rich foods, and then vitamin B1, or what we call thiamine. They are very, very good. Vitamin D also comes in, even vitamin E. I love selenium and magnesium. We've spoken about watermelon, ginger combination, just making some juices out of it. And that will create this comfort for you. You need to relax because after the act, sometimes you lose. It's not sometimes, you've lost something. So you need to relax or replenish or gain that energy back. And what you are eating can do you some good as far as you relaxing is concerned, and then will help as far as the quality of your sperms are concerned. So examples of the vitamin C rich foods, the citric family foods, so pineapple. And I love pineapple because of the presence of the bromelain, the stem part. That is when you peel pineapple, the middle part. Bromelain, a lot of pregnant women in their first trimester will stay away from bromelain, but for men, as far as sperm quality is concerned, it is very, very good. So you hear people go like, oh, it contains a lot of sugar, and so they say because it has a lot of sugar, I'm not supposed to take it. Pineapple is very good, but don't abuse it. I always sit here preaching about the right portioning. Just 2 sardine tin sizes of pineapple. It's okay for a snack. Don't go and buy a takeaway pack of pineapple and say you are snacking. Sometimes some of the fruits we take, we are, as a matter of fact, eating. The bromelain helps with recovery. It helps reduce inflammation because after the act, you need to recover. You need to take care of every inflammation, pain, swelling. And so it's very, very, very good as far as the male reproductive health is concerned. As far as the act, that will help you release those sperms are concerned. And then we have the vitamin A-rich foods, eggs, oily fish. I'll always go for salmon. And then we have carrots, sweet potatoes. We have the bell peppers, being green pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper. And then the chili pepper, the local peppers we know, they are all good as far as vitamin C. is concerned. And then we have leafy greens.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with leafy greens. Almost every topic we discuss here has something to do with leafy greens. So if you are eating the way a typical Ghanaian would need to eat, you will be helping. That's why I started off by saying sticking to a healthy diet. You follow this segment since 2018. At least if you are very consistent, or even if you've watched few episodes, you realize that there are certain fruits which keeps coming every episode. And the vitamin A rich foods parts, the B1 foods, we have eggs, vitamin cauliflower, we have the flax seed. So the seeds we are taking can also be of help. And one seed I will encourage you to add is the fenugreek seed.
Okay.
Also very, very good. So like I said, eating a healthy diet, if you know the right seeds to be picking, if you know the right foods to be eating, you will be helping your body. And then with the thiamine or the B1, it helps take care of inflammation or complications. Sorry, it helps take care of complications, and it helps as far as increasing the volume of your sperms. So that will also help contribute to you having the right count for your sperms. And then we have the zinc-rich foods, avocado. I love avocados. Leafy greens sitting in here again, lean meat. And then milk is very good, but it's not all milk. You need to do the low-fat milk.
Okay.
Or we have skimmed milk. So watch the labels for what is sitting in the product you've lifted. So if it's milk, look out for added the total fat sitting in there. You can go for zero fat. There are milks with zero fat sitting in there, and that will help as far as your sperm count is concerned. So we have vitamin A, I've mentioned vitamin C, vitamin B1 or thiamine. We have zinc, I've mentioned magnesium, I've mentioned selenium, and almost all these foods I've mentioned here will run through all the other examples we need. Vitamin D rich foods, the selenium, the magnesium, potassium, very good. And one fruit I would want to also stick out here is banana.
Okay.
Banana is very, 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 very good for sperm health because it also contains a bromelain.
Okay, as well.
Yes, as well. So banana with even pineapple so sit in vitamin C rich foods. So you taking the vitamin C rich foods, you will get the bromelain and then get the vitamin C, which will help you as far as your sperm health is concerned. So eat healthy.
Wow. Now, are there foods that we definitely have to avoid?
Yes, there are. So there are foods to avoid, and then so I'll group them and say into three categories. There are foods or other things. Let me put it that way. So we have lifestyle activities. We have people who are into excessive intake of alcohol. That can affect the quality of your sperm. And the research discovered that it causes sterility in men. Alcohol, lots of alcohol.
Sterility?
Yes, can cause sterility in men. So stop blaming the woman. Sometimes you think you are releasing something, but you're releasing nothing. So it causes sterility.
Yeah, so I think it's important to clarify that bit. There's semen.
Yep.
And the semen is what comes out. But that's what's visible. The sperms are in there.
Those ones, they thought that they are always swimming.
Yeah, but you can't see those. So the fact that you have released semen doesn't mean there's sperms in there.
You can check the quality of your sperm. You can go to the hospital, the fertility center, and just as you push your wife to go and check if her eggs are okay, you can also go and check the quality of your sperms. And so after checking that, you need to make sure these points we are talking about are part of your everyday activities or whatever you are putting in you to make sure you are improving on whatever is coming out. And the count or being the count or the quality or even the volume. So if you are into alcohol, you need to check. If you are into drugs, you need to check. If you are a smoker, if you smoke, you need to also check.
Okay.
So that will be for the lifestyle choices. And then eating a lot of processed foods, the coffee lovers, please. It also will affect your sperm count. So alcohol, caffeine found in coffee can also influence. If you are a tea bag person, you can do decaffeinated teas Because if you take the caffeinated ones, then it means that you pump a lot of caffeine into your system. So those men who want to always take coffee because they want to wake their system up, please, you need to watch out for that. And then trans fat or high fatty foods. And there is one I am really interested in. So we have the BP lining. So the canned foods, it comes with this lining, synthetic compound lining. Most of the canned foods we buy outside, it can also affect your sperm count. So do a lot of fresh foods. I will encourage you to do a lot of fresh food because it will go a long way to affect the quality of sperms you have. And then okra, there is a huge noise about, I'm a man, I can't take okra and then marijuana.
We'll come to talk about that after this short break. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, bro. Bless you, Pastor.
Bless you, my son.
Ifo, it be so.
Every, my body is come after this is something.
Find out why people are going a whole 9 yards just to eat Lele rice. Lele, tasty food, happy family.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, welcome back. Now, we've been talking about sperm count and how to increase it with the diet and lifestyle that we have. But before we continue that, just a quick reminder for you that my GH Pay, Ghana's biggest payments and collections platform, is back with a bang, and the new app is all new, all renewed, and different functions that have been inputted there. We have push notifications that are coming in-app reporting, GHQ, our payment options, security options like Face ID and fingerprint login, and so on and so forth. My GH Pay, all you have to do is to go to Play Store or App Store to download the app and put in a few informations, and you're good to go. My GH Pay, buy, sell, connect. Now, Akosia is still here with us, and want to find out, she mentioned something about okra and marijuana. Interesting. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So, what is it about okra that's a problem? Because some of us like our bankun with the, you know. So why are you trying to sit on our joy?
A lot of men don't eat it because they think that it has something to do with their sexual performance and even their sperms. And it is true. But the bad thing about okra sits in the seeds.
Okay.
So it contains cosipol, the seed. It's found in the seeds. And that affects the count or the sperm quality of every man consuming okra with seeds in there. So as a wife, you can help your husband by taking the seeds out.
Okay.
So once the seeds are out, okra is very great. As far okra is the only vegetable that will give you protein. As in, it can rub shoulders with meat.
Wow.
So if you are taking food and then you don't have meat in there and it's okra, you know that you'll be sorted. So banku and okra stew or okra soup, even if it's just wile, which I always say there is nothing sitting in there, but it's for taste, Ghanaians will say, you are assured of some amount of protein because of the okra. So you take the seeds out because of the cosipols found in the seed that tempers with the quality of your sperms and then reduce the count. Now, with marijuana, there is this cannabinoid receptors that comes with the marijuana.
Okay.
And then it tempers with the whole function of the sperm. So because of the cannabinoid receptors, how the sperm is supposed to function is greatly affected or tempered with.
Okay.
And so it will affect your sperm count. And so you just need to be on the guard. The choice is yours. Either you want to enjoy your marijuana or have a healthy sperm count to have healthy babies. And there are other foods to avoid. Processed foods. We started off by saying it, and then the BPA-lined canned foods. Found mostly in the canned foods we enjoy. So the tinned tomatoes, almost every processed food or canned food we love to enjoy. So why don't you do a lot more of the fresh stuffs? If it's tomatoes that you want to have that will look like the tinned tomatoes, you can go about the fresh ones in a way that you can have that same presentation, closer to it, if not the same. At the end of the day, it's about the healthy alternative. It's not about the convenient way. So the choice is always yours. I will always sit here to talk to you about what you need to know.
Yeah.
The choice is yours to make. And then I've spoken about caffeine, and then high-fat foods. I said do low-fat foods. And then if you are somebody who loves tea, do the decaffeinated one, because caffeine sitting in there will affect the quality of your sperms.
Now let's talk about supplementation. Are there supplements that we should remember, or we can take that will help to enhance the production?
So there is one I've used there is a female version to that. We have the fertility support for women, and we have that one too for men. It helps with the quality of sperms, and even once it's fertility related, it will do everything that has to do with your fertility as a man, where your sperm is also part. We have MACA, MACA. It's also good, and then we have the belly. So it's a supplement you can look for and then discuss with your healthcare giver as to how to go about it, because you can't just enter the food shop or nutrition shop or the pharmacy shop and just go and lift something and use because I mentioned it here. There is definitely a way to go about it. But I would say that eat everything we've spoken about as far as the foods that are good for sperm count is concerned. And then where there is a need for supplementation, obviously after you've gone through the test and then it's been discovered that, okay, this is where it is, and so you need help. Okay, you have 80, we need to add some 20 by way of supplementation. Then you can suggest what we've spoken about here, and then your healthcare giver will take it up from there.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we have a question here. Now, reading the question itself, I'm beginning to wonder if it's for you or it's for Dr. Wusu. But I'll ask you anyway.
What is it?
It says, "Good morning, City TV. My name is Bright. I want to find out if masturbation can reduce sperm count."
I saw that thing. Oh my goodness, you're putting me on the spot. So there is some truth in that. There is some truth in that. It has no.
I mean, it wants to find out.
It doesn't affect it.
Okay.
It doesn't affect it in any way. That's all I'll say.
Bottom line.
It doesn't affect it.
All right. So those of you, well, whatever. Let me know.
It doesn't affect it. I know that. I didn't know you were going to read it, but I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. It doesn't affect the quality of your sperms. But stop masturbating.
Okay. All right. So just to sort of wrap up the conversation, basically eat healthy.
Eat healthy, and then be conscious about the foods we've mentioned. If you are struggling to pick seed, or if you've been told, there are men who do so well that they don't just push their wives to the fertility centers, they go with them. And sometimes I had a client said, my husband's ego is not permitting me to tell him that he's also the problem, because as far as everything about the woman was concerned, she was okay.
Yeah.
Her eggs were healthy. So it could be from the man. So sometimes just go with your wives, and then if there is a problem, you can just work with everything we've spoken about, and then you should see results.
I'm sure people watching are going to want to ask you a few more questions.
Yep.
So how can they reach you?
Okay, so on Instagram, at The Nutritionist Akosia, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosia, and then you can WhatsApp me on 0243 350206.
All right, thank you. We've been speaking with
Always a
Akosia
pleasure.
Kunidi Yadom, who's a state-registered nutritionist, and she's been helping us to understand the foods, important ones to avoid if you're trying to increase your sperm count, and those that you definitely have to have.